All right, we're back, part 2 of the Google AdWords 101. So just quickly, now we understand the difference between the Google Search Network and Google Ad Network. Google Display Network, and the difference between the text and the extension for the text ad, right? Okay, now we'll talk about the display ad format, because previously we talked about the ad format of the text version, which is the text that contains these, right? Or the extensions. These are just the text base, correct? Now we're going to talk about the display ad format for the display network. The display network can consist of the text that we mentioned and the extension plus image ads and rich media ads and video ads. What does rich media ads mean? Like the pop-up screen? Yeah, you can have like an ad that pops up, right? That's rich media ads. So for example, this one right here, it's a website, and this is Fiverr. That's their image. It pops up someone in their content because the content was talking about landing page, and Fiverr also has a service for landing page, right? So this is how the ad looks like. So they make an image with call to action, right? Imagine your ad shows up on a well-known website. Does that make sense? Now, this one is the, what do you call it? The rich image ad. So this basically pops up. You see there's a close button, right? Sometimes you visit a website and you get a pop about an ad. That's what is called, the rich image ad. Okay? So you have people that design the creative. There's a call to action, and nobody wants to click on it. You just click close. They're not gonna see it. Okay?
Sometimes you can't even find the close.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that. I just right. And look, even here in the middle, like so, you can't even find it. Yeah, I know they do it on purpose. So you're like
You gotta click here now.
Yeah.
And that gets you to the end.
Get you to the landing page, right? The first trick, the tricks. Guess what? It works. All right. And this one.
Mobile is even harder.
It's mobile is the harder, yes, you're absolutely correct. Yeah. And just so you know that Google, I think 1 or 2 weeks ago, they made an announcement, official announcement, that the majority of the search is done through the mobile. So big mobile became number 1 and desktop became number 2 now. So everyone search for websites, everything from the mobile, which means you have to think right now, you gotta change your mind shift completely. Yeah. I'm not saying don't think about desktop or laptop, think about mobile first, then the laptop. So when you hire somebody to do a website for you or any project, think mobile before you think about laptop. Okay? So this is when you watch YouTube channels, right? Any shows, you see sometimes like skip this ad or the ad is playing. Yeah. That's YouTube. And this is so cool because why? If you go to big TV stations or well-known local station or national station, I mean, it's gonna cost a lot of money to just push your ad, right? This is an opportunity for you because you can make your own commercial and have somebody play an 11-second video of your business. Sometimes I've seen crappy ad of real estate investors on YouTube because they made it by themselves in a garage and they still show up. Okay? What I'm trying to say, you have an opportunity because millions of people watch YouTube. Does that make sense? And if you don't like it, of course, they're going to just, close it. But that's another option. I can have my ad also on YouTube. It can be in a video format. It can also come as a text on the bottom right here, right? You get a text like a banner, small banner. That's another version on the YouTube. Okay? Showing your ads on mobile phones. Here are the different places your ads can appear. Text ad can appear on when people search on the Google and other search network from their mobile device. So if I open my Google browser on my mobile device or Safari, there's a chance that I will see the ad. Or if I go to a website, let's say a yoga blog, a yoga website, and somebody running an image ad, that will show up on the mobile device. Okay, so not just your laptop and desktop, but also on the mobile devices. Does that make sense? Okay. Showing you ad to specific audience. This is very cool because I can actually target, we talked about previously, my audience, from which network, from which website, what is their location, what is their age group, what's their interest. Similar to kind of a little bit like Facebook, I can look at their interest as well. Okay? You can select states, you can select the whole country or internationally. That is up to you. So let's go ahead and talk about what is the quality score, because that's a question I was asked during the lunch break. And how do you determine which ad is going to be number one, which is going to be number two? Are the one that pays more going to be on the first page? Are the one that pay more going to be the first one? Not really. You will notice sometime even the one that pays the less money, they're probably going to be number one. Why you need to know this? Because higher quality ads can lead to lower prices and better positioning. That's why. So if your ad is on the top, there's a chance that you might pay less for being on the top. Okay, so let's go to
who decides the quality score?
that. Google decide that. Let me show you how.
Really?
Yeah.
You live in Google land.
Google and they'll decide, but let me show you how it works so you have an idea. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now pay attention and write notes because it's an 8-minute video and he explains in detail the difference. So I want you to all write notes.
I'm Hal Varian. I'm the chief economist here. Google uses an auction system to rank the ads that appear in the search results page and to determine the cost for each ad click. In this talk, I'll take you through a general overview of how the ad auction works. First and foremost, Google users want ads they see to be relevant. They don't want to be bothered with ads that aren't closely related to what they're searching for. And advertisers want to show relevant ads so users will actually click on them. Meantime, Google wants to provide a good experience for users and a good value to advertisers so they come back and use their services again in the future. Now, I'd like to walk you through what a traditional auction looks like. Say we have 4 advertisers competing for space on the search results page, and each has indicated a different amount they're willing to pay for a user to click their ad and visit their website. $4, $3, $2, and $1. I'll refer to these amounts as the bids. Now, in a traditional auction, ad positions will be determined exclusively by bids. The highest bidder would get the first position, second highest bidder the second position, and so on. Google uses a variation of what's called a second price auction. And in a second price auction, the buyer doesn't have to pay their full bid. They only have to pay the amount of the next highest bidder below them. So in this particular case, the first advertiser was bidding $4. They'd only have to pay $3, which is the bid of the second highest advertiser. Same thing applies to advertiser 2 and to advertiser 3. This design allows each advertiser to bid their true maximum willingness to pay for a click, but they only have to pay just enough to beat the competition. Now, in our Google auction, advertisers only have to pay when they actually receive a click, and the order isn't based just on bids. Why? Because we want to show more useful ads in a higher position on the results page. Because users want to see relevant ads. Advertisers want to present relevant ads to users, and Google wants both advertisers and users to have a good experience, so they come back and continue to use our system. So we consider some other factors in addition to an advertiser's bid. The first factor is your expected click-through rate. This is our prediction of how often your ad will be clicked on and shown. All across Google, we rely on user feedback to drive decision-making, and user click-through rates tell us what Google users really respond to. By allowing users to vote with their clicks, we have millions of people who are helping us to decide which ads are best for each search query. Next factor is your ad's landing page experience. An ad is only useful to a user if the landing page it leads to helps them find what they're looking for. A highly relevant landing page yields a higher score. What does a high-quality landing page look like? Well, it should have relevant and original content that helps the user complete their task. It should be easily navigable, be transparent about the nature of your business, how your site interacts with a visitor's computer, and how you intend to use a visitor's personal information. Another factor that's involved is ad relevance. Google determines ad relevance by analyzing the language in your ad to determine how well it relates to the query. This is a way to measure the ad's relevance to the user's search and to make sure that only useful ads are shown. It also prevents advertisers from simply paying their way onto search that's unrelated to their product or service. Your expected click-through rate, the landing page experience, and the ad relevance are all factors that describe the quality of your ad. We also consider the expected impact of any ad formats that may show with your ad. Ad formats are enhancements to search ads that more prominently show users information about your business, things like a phone number, or site links, or your website's domain in the ad headline. Advertisements with these formats give users more information and more reason to click on an ad. So Google combines your bid with multiple quality factors, the click-through rate, the landing page, the ad relevancy, as well as the expected impact of ad formats to calculate a score for your ad called ad rank. Let's go back to our 4 sample ad buyers and see how their ad rank compares. Here are 4 advertisers. They're bidding $4, $3, $2, and $1. Their ads had different quality: low, high, high, and medium. They also implied different formats with varying impact. First ad doesn't have any formats enabled, so it has no expected format impact. The second ad is only eligible for one format and has a low expected format impact. And the third is eligible for several extensions and garners a high expected impact, and the last ad is medium. So in this example, the first ad has an ad rank of 5. Next ad has an ad rank of 15. Third has an ad rank of 20. And the last ad has an ad rank of 8. It's this ad rank score that determines ad position on the results page. And in addition, only ads with sufficiently high rank appear at all. So with this ad, with an ad rank of 20, it gets first position, even though it has a lower bid. Why? Because of its quality and formats. The second highest ad rank is 15, so that ad gets position 2. The third highest ad is 8 and lands in position 3. The advertiser up here, who's bidding $4, has such a low quality and format
That
impact,
maximizes revenue
doesn't
for
get a
Google.
position on the page at all, despite having the highest bid. So now we know how the ads are ranked, but how much do you actually pay for a click? Well, you pay the minimum amount that's necessary to maintain your position and any formats that are shown with your ad. So let's get back to our ad rank table and talk about the advertiser in position 1. He's competing with the advertiser in position 2. So the amount he has to pay is going to be just enough to beat the ad rank of the advertiser in position 2. For example, although he bid $2, he could have bid as low as, say, $1.73, and he would still have outranked the advertiser below him. So that's what he'll pay for a click, $1.73. Similarly, the amount that advertiser in position 2 has to pay is the minimum needed to beat the ad rank of the advertiser in position 3, and so on down the page. So in this example, the top-ranked advertiser winds up paying less than what he was actually willing to pay for a click. And it's the same for the other advertisers as well. All right, let's talk about how advertisers can influence their cost per click and ranking in the auction. By improving your quality or adding ad formats, you could potentially improve your ad position. You could also end up paying a lower cost per click. So let's take a look at the advertiser in position 2. Suppose she improves her ad landing page. Now her ad rank goes up to 18. Her position here doesn't change, but what happens to how much she pays per click? Before, even though she bid $3, she only needed to bid, say, $2.68 to beat the ad rank of the advertiser below her. So that's what she paid, $2.68. But now that she's improved the quality of her ad, assuming everything else stays the same, she could have bid as low as, say, $2.42 to beat the advertiser below her. So her cost per click goes down to $2.42. Why? Because the price an advertiser pays is partially based on her ad quality. Now imagine this advertiser wants to move to a higher position. So she increases her bid to $3.50. Now her ad rank goes up to 23. That's enough to give her a highest ad rank and to move her into position 1. And what does she pay? The amount that would be just enough to beat the ad rank of 20 below her. Assuming everything else stays the same, that might be, say, $3.38 in this particular case. So to wrap up, why do we handle ad ranking and pricing this way? Like I said at the beginning, it all goes back to the ecosystem Google, our users, and our advertisers all live in. When users see better ads, they're happier, and they're more likely to actually click on those ads. And that makes advertisers happier, which makes Google happy, because with happy users and happy advertisers, we get more people using our system. If you have more questions or want more information, please visit adwords.google.com/support. Thanks for your attention.
Any questions?
Yeah, in that table, can you back that video up where it showed that last table?
Sure.
Just a little bit, freeze it.
Position 2.
This
Yeah, right
one?
there's fine, that's fine, that's all we need is that Taylor. So how is the column quality and format impact determined?
Well, that's what they said, the quality of your ad format. What
Who
kind of
decides?
copy, what kind of images.
Who decides?
Again, Google decides.
Okay, so that's the key factor. So the only thing you have control over is the bid on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
And then format impact is decided by Google also?
Yes, and also the landing page.
So this is a lot like a treasury auction, where in a treasury auction, the treasury decides who are the small players that need preference, but they don't have to pay as much, And who are the big players who are allowed to come in because they got credit, great credit, and all that kind of crap?
What are the criteria that Google looks
For
for?
what?
On the.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mentioned on the ads extension, the headline, the copy, the quality.
Yeah, quality. When you say quality, what are the criteria that Google looks for? Like, I don't know, if it has images or if it.
Yeah, that's what it says. Images, it depends on your audience. How I'm gonna click on it. Because you have to test it. Does that make sense? When you run the ad, it doesn't mean all the ads that you're running are gonna get all the clicks, because you have a bunch of keywords. Which keyword is gonna rank you, and which keyword is gonna bring you a lot of click, a lot of conversion, and you tweak it and fix it. Then you go back and look at the ad rank. It will tell you your score is 6 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. Based on that, you're gonna pause the one that doesn't work. You're gonna continue with the one that works. What is the quality? Good headline, good copy. Does that make sense? Landing pages he mentioned. He said easy to navigate, right? Yeah. If I'm running an ad for, let's say, chocolate, all right, buy this chocolate. I go to landing page. There should be a button that says buy it now and get it now. Does that make sense? So that's what they're saying. The ad format, and you mess with the prices back and forth, and eventually you're gonna go up. But it's not the price the only factor that makes your ad to be on the front. There has to be so many other factors. Like if the copy that sucks, that means nothing, or you have like a long weird link, no one's gonna click on it. Does that make sense? So before you run the ad, Google will tell you, like, okay, this one probably you have a possibility of this much score and whatnot, and just go from there. Does that make sense? Good questions.
It strikes me as it gives you the impression that you have some control of your cost per click. But then if Google thinks their revenue's not high enough, they'll just monkey with those two columns called quality and impact.
That's
Right.
why it's an economist.
That's what he said, right? Yes.
Why is an economist doing this?
Yeah, he was surprised, right?
Google makes a lot of money off that.
They make billions out of Google. Not millions, they make billions.
Yeah.
Even though 14% of people in the search look at ads. Isn't that hilarious? Like 14% to 20% look at ad area, and the majority look at the organic. Even then, they make billions of dollars, right? Okay. All right. Great questions, folks. Let's move forward. Did it freeze? There you go. Okay. So what we're going to talk about right now, choosing a bidding strategy. So we have three options when it comes to like bidding or running the ad. You have the cost per click. That means for every click your customer hit, you're going to pay them, right? And you also have cost per impression. For every 1,000 times your ad showed up, you're going to pay them. Whether they click or not, doesn't matter.
Right.
Does that make a difference between the cost per impression and cost per click? If you want to get more exposure, run cost per impression. You want more exposure, run cost per impression. If you want to get a lead conversion, you run cost per click. Or specifically, cost per acquisition. So the last one is mainly like, I want a lead capture, I want a sale, I want someone to buy the product. Use the last one, cost per action. So that means when they hit the link and go to your website, right? Then you put a tracking code for one of your buy button or lead capture, then that's how you pay Google. But if they click and don't do anything, then nothing happened. Okay?
Well, in the cost per click, you should make sure that it's really designed for your niche product, because people click and click back, and you're going to have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Absolutely. The only disadvantage with those, unfortunately, when you have haters who know your business, they can like they can ruin your money. Like, what's going on here? Okay. But you have three options. So test all of them. Which one I'm going to do? If you want to get more exposure, you can actually run both. One for more exposure, because that's one is like. So the cost per impression is similar to billboard on the highway. Because you have the ad just sitting there and 1,000 car passes by and they see it. That doesn't mean they're going to call. Does that make sense? So that's the similarity between this and that one. This one, if you need conversion or click on the site like more traffic, let's say you have a brand new website, completely fresh, and you want new fresh traffic, cost per click, right? But if you want conversion, then cost per acquisition.
Well, cost per click, like so on your website, they do go in there and check it out for a little while. That's going to help your ranking.
That's a good question. That's a good question. And I don't know. Again, from my experience, we have, over the years, we've tested with a couple of websites where when we stop the ad on the first one,
right,
and they still don't show organically.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. I was thinking if more people click on it,
Yeah.
eventually should let it be organic, right? So for my test, I haven't seen that happen. So what we did, we told most of the clients, listen, when you use cost per click, make sure you capture the name and email. Okay, then you can use that through email marketing, send blog, then you can get them back organically. Okay, but for some reason, I don't know why it doesn't work. Yeah, you would think, but I think because Google wants to make sure that you keep using the service, you know, because they want to make a lot of money from you, right? Okay, so these are the strategies that you're gonna pick. So you're gonna decide which one I'm gonna go with, either cost per click for more traffic, or for more exposure, or for the conversion. Because with the SEO, it will take you 6-7 months to be on the front page. You're gonna spend, and you're gonna spend like anywhere between like $1,000 a month or whatnot. But with Google AdWords, I mean, you can get real quick. But not the organic side on the ad section. But the beauty is you will know how many clicks you're getting. You'll know how many conversions you're gonna get. Does that make sense? Okay. Any questions?
A good picture will impact.
Yes, of course. That's a good point. Again, it depends on who's your audience. If I'm targeting parents for a diaper, I'm gonna use a picture of a baby, right? Not of myself, like that, grabbing a diaper. All right.
We get a lot of clicks.
Right? Did this thing froze again? Yeah, it did. Oh no, it's working. Cool. Okay, so budgeting for your online advertising. So this video explains to you how you can budget properly. Let's go on and watch that. Hopefully almost done. Woohoo! So we can start working on it. What's going on here? There you go. All right, so we're gonna close this one. Oh man, let's keep freezing. Look at that. Mic is on crack. All right, get a few minutes. And in fact, if you want to follow the Google AdWords channel on YouTube, there are tons of videos on how to use their, and they're all like 5 minutes, mostly like 5 minutes, 3 minutes. So you can just kind of look at different topic and follow through. Okay. Any more questions? I might have to use somebody else's laptop because this thing keeps freezing on me.
Have you done video ads?
Yeah, we've done a couple of them for our customers.
You shoot them with a cell phone?
Right? Now, mostly it was done like After Effects and professional videos. Thank you for the hearts in Periscope. Sorry about the freeze on the screen. Man. All right. So did you all open your AdWords to kind of look at it for now, or no? We just following the screen.
With AdWords, you're in control. The words people use to find your ad, the ad people see when they search for your products.
Right.
What happened?
You touched it. To the level.
Yeah, I touched it and ruined it. Oh, actually, it's what do you call it? Buffering. Buffering. Let me see if I can turn on the caption. Where is the caption?
But CC button, not that button. You're on the settings button. There it is. Up the top.
It won't let me for some reason.
You just skipped it.
Interesting. Right here?
Yep.
Turn it on.
What the?
Click on the little arrow.
There's an options up there at the top.
Well, is the connection okay? Because the Wi-Fi looks like it's...
No problems here.
All right, let me refresh it.
Hit the start button.
Well, it's still thinking. See that?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah. All right, come on, play. There you go.
With AdWords, you're in control. The words people use to find your ad, the ad people see when they search for your products or services, and of course, you can decide how much to spend on your ad. But how do you decide how much you should spend without breaking the bank? Before you set your budget, keep in mind your marketing plan. What do you want to achieve? and how do you plan to achieve it? Let's assume you've set your goal to growing your sales by 5% this year, and you're adding AdWords to your marketing mix to achieve this goal. You'll need to spend a little bit of time thinking about setting an advertising budget that will help you achieve this goal. So how do you determine the right AdWords budget to achieve your goal? When you select your AdWords budget, there are two things to keep in mind. How much is a click from a potential customer worth to me? And what is the maximum amount I want to spend each day? Here's how it works. Let's say you sell kids' toys and your goal is to sell to families with young children nationwide. You set up your AdWords account, target your ads to families across the country, create some great ads, and choose the words and phrases you want your ad to appear for. Now you're ready to take a look at how much you want to spend. Number 1, daily budget. First, you'll have to determine how much you're willing to spend per day. Let's say that after taking a look at your finances, you know that you'll have $600 available to spend on your ads with AdWords each month. You divide it up and decide that this will be $20 a day to stay within your monthly budget. So $20 will be your daily budget. That is the maximum amount you are willing to pay for your ads per day. Number 2, cost per click. Next, you'll have to decide how much a website visit from a potential customer is worth to you. That could be 5 cents, 20 cents, $1, or more. It may also differ depending on the keyword. For example, when someone is looking for dollhouse for girls, a website visit or sale may be more valuable to you than if someone searches for plush teddy bears. If you are unsure, start with a bid per click or cost per click that you are comfortable with. You can make adjustments to your bids or the overall budget at any time. With AdWords, you can make changes to your budgets or bids at any time. Take a look at the following when you log into your AdWords account. Number 1, is your budget possibly limiting your visibility? You may miss out on valuable customers if your daily budget is lower than recommended. Don't worry, you can change your budget at any time. Simply visit the settings section of your campaign to view a recommended budget and edit your budget. Number 2, are you bidding competitively for your most important keywords? Take a look at your most important keywords. Do they have an average position between 1 and 8? If your average position is below 8, your ad may not appear on the first page of the Google search results when someone searches for this word or phrase, which means that he or she may not see your ad. By increasing the bid for these keywords, you may be able to improve your ad's position. Log into your AdWords account at adwords.google.com to check your daily budget to make sure it's not limiting your visibility, and to check your cost per click bids to make sure you are bidding competitively for your most important keywords.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, so now, again, we talked about search network, display network, text ad, image ad, fancy ads, okay, video ads, right? We will talk about the ad rank, how it ranks based on your landing page, based on the ad format, based on the copy, based on many other factors that will help it to get ranked, right? So once you set up the campaign, or when we go to run the ad or create the ad, the first thing you have to do is set up a campaign, right? So when you set up a campaign, there's two options. The first one is the campaign type. That basically means you're going to select which one. Are you going to select display network? Are you going to select search network? Or are you going to select both? That's what it means, okay? And the campaign subtype, that basically means what do you want to accomplish from this advertising? Do you want traffic to the website? Do you want impression? Do you want... That's what it means, okay? So when we do the hands-on today, we'll show you step by step how that looks like, okay? Because right now we just kind of have a definition, but when we do it, then we can see the difference. Okay. Oh, there's another video. I didn't know that. Okay, so which AdWords campaign type we can pick? Let's see.
Visit the AdWords Help Center. Henry, Maria,
are 3 very happy AdWords advertisers who have gotten very good at answering one important question. Which campaign type is right for me? Well, there's no one-size-fits-all in AdWords. What works for one person may not work for another. So to help you figure out what's best for your business, let's start by looking at some of the options available to you. Campaign type determines things like where your ads can show to customers and what format they can be in, like text or video. Your ads can show on one or both of Google's advertising networks, depending on the campaign type you choose. These networks make up all of the places where your ads can appear, whether on desktops, tablets, or mobile devices. There's the Search Network, which shows ads when users search on Google and on other search websites that partner with Google to show ads. And there's the Display Network, where ads appear on millions of popular websites, mobile apps, videos, and more with content related to your targeting. As you'll see with Henry, Maria, and Ted, you can pick a campaign type that uses just one of these networks or both networks with the Search Network with Display Select campaign type. Next, you'll choose a campaign subtype. The most common options, Standard and All features, let you determine how many settings you want to choose from for your campaign. If you want to accomplish a specific goal with your ads, like driving more installs of your mobile app, you can choose a specific campaign subtype to meet your needs. In general, the standard subtype is best if you're new to AdWords or just want to get your campaign set up quickly without a lot of additional options. The All Features choice is best if you're a daily AdWords user and want to be able to mix and match different AdWords features, like scheduling your ads to run at certain times and targeting ads to specific locations or websites. Now, let's tie it all together with a few examples. Ted runs a thriving travel agency and is still pretty new to AdWords. So when he created a campaign to promote his tour packages, he chose the recommended settings for all new campaigns, Search Network with Display Select. This campaign type is great for Ted because it helps him reach the largest possible audience by showing his ads on both the search and display networks with the least amount of setup. To make things even simpler, Ted picks the standard subtype because he knows he doesn't need a lot of flexibility for his campaign. Here's Henry the Handyman. Henry is an experienced advertiser, so when he sets up a new campaign to promote his roofing repair service, he chose a Search Network only campaign with the All Features subtype. This type of campaign is right for his business because it helps him reach new customers right when they're searching for a handyman. But his home repair service isn't open 24/7, so he selected the All Features subtype to get access to tools that let him schedule his ads to only show during business hours. Maria is in a different situation. She wants more people to know about her store, but not just any customers, the right customers for what she sells. Maria decides that a Display Network only campaign is what she needs. This campaign type lets her reach customers wherever they are online, whether that's browsing websites, watching YouTube videos, or using mobile apps. And the targeting options in a Display Network only campaign let her show her ads to just the right audience. For a complete comparison of all the different campaign types and subtypes available to you, visit the AdWords Help Center.
Pretty cool. I was looking at one of my clients' ad on the YouTube. Yes.
Sorry, go ahead and finish your statement.
Yeah, on the YouTube, and someone was running the ad, and it was for surgeons, and their ad was showing up in Lady Gaga's video, Lil Wayne, because why? They didn't select the proper, campaign type. Does that make sense? So, of course, they wasted a lot of money. So, anyway, yes, what was your question?
All right, to use an example that everybody would know, suppose that I'm going to organize a concert in Mumbai, India, but I'm working here in the United States. So with the geographic targeting and time zone targeting, I can push those ads so that they mainly show up in Mumbai, and I don't have to worry about guys in New York or Los Angeles.
That is a very beautiful question. Very good question. Unfortunately, I don't know how you're going to set that up because you have different time zones. Location, yes.
Well, Google's extremely aware of time zones.
Yeah.
Presumably, you have a.
Maybe automatically. That was a beautiful question. I love that because I never tested it like that. But that's an awesome question. So because what happened? Let's say if you don't select the time zone, what I mean by that, from time frame to time frame, then of course it will automatically show those results based on where they at. But I don't know if they're going to show it based on the exact time frame. So let's say if I'm going to put, I want the ad to be shown from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Central Time, right?
In Mumbai.
Oh, you're right, because that's national.
I don't want to hear it. I'm not doing it here.
Right. Okay, then that's gonna.
I want to get people's attention in Mumbai.
Yes, then that's gonna work. Then that doesn't require. Yeah, this is automatically gonna calculate the time. Yes.
I'm essentially launching a remote ad campaign. I don't want it here. I want it there because I want to find out how much interest is there.
Right. Yeah, then you can do that. Of course, that's gonna work. I just misunderstood your question. What was the other one?
Yes, quality. I know every service needs a different campaign.
Right.
But do you think the cartoons are better instead of people or to use people?
Beautiful question. Excellent question. Unfortunately, I cannot say yes or no based on the test. You gotta test it.
Really?
See which one works for your audience. If your audience like cartoon, they might follow it. If they don't, they might not. Does that make sense? So you have to test it. There's no blueprint that says you have to use audience for your. Let's say I have a client who does what do you call it, the roof repair, the shingles, whatnot, for the roofers, right? I didn't make a commercial, but I made a video for them with just animation.
Well, I have a partial answer to that.
Right. Go ahead.
Legal sense. If you use like the original Google ads, you know where they had the little drawings and they just pushed them around, all that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. There's only one voice actor, so you only have to have a release agreement and a contract with one voice actor.
Right.
If you have a cartoon, you just have to have the voice actors released and the cartoonist released, okay, and a contract with each. But if you have a whole bunch of folks in there, you have to have a contract with each one of those faces that shows up. And if they have a speaking part, you pay more money. If they don't have a speaking part, you got to pay for the use of their face, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because if you go with the advertising agencies, when they do like a commercial, they work with the production companies that have the actors and everything and license and all this stuff.
That's why you see local car companies here. I don't have any inside knowledge. It's just thought about this because of the other legal issues. But if you watch our car commercials here locally, you see the owners doing the ad because they can give their own release to themselves.
It's more ego, I think.
Well, that's so true. When it comes to getting sued, okay, ego goes out the window.
So we have a team that we use After Effects software and we make actual animation. And we have like a software that looks like an actual voice, like a human voice, but it's actually a software. Okay, we do that. Another option is if you go to this website right here, let me show you this real quick. If you go to themeforest.net, themeforest.net, you know, for WordPress, there is a section here called Video Hive. So you can get template that is an animation template.
Yeah.
And it's customizable. So you can hire somebody else that does After Effects, buy this template, and tweak it a little bit. So for instance, I don't know, you can also have an actual live footage. Like, you know, let me type chocolate.
Well, you have to chocolate.
I love chocolate. Okay. See that? Some of these, look at that. Ooh, it's too slow. Look at that. See? High quality.
These are videos you can watermark and they're a generic background.
You can buy them actually, yes. For like $8, look at that. Huh? Oh.
So that's it. So it's
oh.
But
Yeah.
you competition could buy that too. You'll see.
Everybody can have the same ad.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Everyone has the same ad, but who cares?
But you only need to add the voice and the music.
Some of them come with the voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some of them come with the voice, and you can edit. Again, you have to hire someone who knows After Effects, because we do this kind of stuff. Because to do an actual production, you're talking about like, you know, 30 grand, 40 grand for an actual commercial. Small business don't have that kind of money, some of them. So what we do, we charge a couple of $1,000s to make something like this. You know? Or you can do it by yourself. Pay them $20, hire somebody to do After Effects, spend $120, and you're good to go. Break time, we have a 10 minutes break. All right, folks, we're gonna take another 10-minute break. Thank you for waiting. We'll be back after 10 minutes. Thank you.